All right, Shalom, it's your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in true sincerity. Jump right into the lesson. This is Proverbs 15:4, and it says, "A wholesome tongue is a tree of life." Let's get that word wholesome. A heating tongue is a tree of life. And a heating tongue is one that speaks correct things, one that speaks things that are beneficial to your understanding, to your spirit, and to your knowledge. So a wholesome tongue is a tree of life, man. So let's get the word wholesome in the Strongs. And it says health, healing, cure, health, profit, sound, healing, and curable. And it is healing, man, because if we go to Isaiah, the first chapter, we need healing, man. Let's go to Isaiah, the first chapter, and it says right here, it says, because we are a sinful nation. Isaiah 1:4 says, a sinful nation. That's talking about you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the children of Israel, according to the Bible. And people laden with iniquity. Let's get that word laden. It's a lot. I try to do that right there. Trying to get that little, yeah. Weighed down with iniquity, seed of evildoers, children that corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards. Why should you be stricken any more? He revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. Our mentality, our way of thinking is sick from the sole of the foot even to the head. There is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores, and not been closed up, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. So we are definitely a people in need of healing. We are definitely a people in need of let's get that word, a healing tongue. So a healing tongue is one that's going to speak correct and right things. That's going to add to your knowledge. That's going to add to your righteousness. That's going to fulfill your spirit. That's why it's very important that we speak the proper and correct things as taught to us by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, man. And we are in a time where our tongue, the things that we speak, should be examined by not only ourselves, but they're examined by everyone else that hears us, because we are ambassadors of the Most High, man. So you got to always keep that in mind, not only in word but in deed, man. Not only in the things that we say, but also the things that you do, and that goes most importantly outside of camp, outside of you gathering with the brothers, man. That's very important. It says, the wholesome tongue is a tree of life, perverseness therein is a breach in spirit. Let's get the word breach in the spirit. It says a fracture, crushing. So it causes damage, man. And when we seen damage, we seen what damage happens when people speak incorrect things. So we always got to keep that in mind. Always got to keep in mind that what we say will be judged. What we say has an effect, and that's been proven by science, man. You speak negatively all the time, that has an adverse effect on yourself, on your mentality, and even on your health, man. That's been proven. But you speak positive things, that also has a positive effect on yourself, even on your health, man. As a man thinketh, I'm gonna get that scripture right there. As a man thinketh. Oh, I didn't spell it right. As a man thinketh. It's in the book of Proverbs. Autocorrect. Shalak. Let's see, try something else. Yes, this is Proverbs 23:7. That says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, says thee, but his heart is not with thee. So the point of it is this: as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So what you think has a effect on your persona, on your character, on your conduct, because your conduct and your actions, they start with thoughts, man. That's why it's very important that we say proper and right things, and that includes the proper right breakdown of these scriptures, man. With that, I'm gonna get James 3:5. Salah. It says James 3:5, and it says, even so the tongue is a little member, and it boasts great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. So you could say something that can create a very negative effect on everything else in your world. So it would be very circumspect of you to be very mindful of all the words that you speak, and especially if you are a so-called if you liken yourself a man of the Lord, Salakia. If you liken yourself a man of the Lord, you said if you liken yourself a prophet, then the things that a prophet says must be in accordance with Scripture, must be in accordance with the doctrine, must be in accordance with the words of the Most High, man. So we have a greater responsibility than the rest of the people out there. So I'm gonna run that back again. It's even so the tongue is a little member and boasts great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. So a wrong thing said can have a very negative effect on your world. And you don't want to be in that situation, man. That's why it's very circumspect to always, to the best of your ability, say the proper and right thing. Review what you're going to say. Don't just blurt out things. Don't speak of things that you have no knowledge of. Every man knows the limit of his knowledge, and every man was given a measure of faith and a measure of understanding. And you do the best what you can with whatever measure of understanding that was given unto you. Some brothers are given great understanding. They understand deep things. They can remember all kinds of scriptures and history, historical facts, and things of that nature. And some men struggle with that, man. Some men have poor memories, but they have to write things down. But the Spirit moves with you. The Spirit works with you. However, the Spirit's going to work with you. Like I said, every man is given a talent and a measure of faith, and some are given twofold, some are given tenfold, and you work with whatever you got. Like the other Ramblad brought on a video they did a few months back. So that's what that is, man. That's something to consider when we go out there doing these videos, and we go out there to highways and hedges, teaching this word. I'm gonna get 1 Timothy 6:3. Salah. Just a few quick scriptures, about minding what you say. This is 1 Timothy 6:3. It says, Salah. Salah means 1 Timothy 6:5. It says, perverse disputings of men, a corrupt mind, and destitute of truth, supposing the gain is godliness, from such withdraw themselves. So, so it's not always good to get into an argument. You got a lot of time. You got people coming up to camp, and they don't want to be edified, and they just want to argue. They just want to enforce their point of view. They're not there to learn. They just want to enforce their point of view. And the best, most of the time, the best thing to do is just dismiss them and ignore them and keep pushing it along, man, because these scoffers and scorners that come into the camp, they're not going to change brother's mind. That's for sure, because we've been fully persuaded, we've been fully persuaded to know that this is the truth. If the Spirit move the man to be out there in the highways and hedges, and he is fully persuaded. He has already counted the cost. He has already made sacrifices. He has already made commitments. So perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, those are those that come, the scoffers and scorners that come into the camp. They got these bugged out doctrines, these bugged out opinions, these perverse interpretations of what they think the truth is. And there's so many of them, it's numerous to name. There's many examples of it. It said, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of truth, supposing that gain is godliness. Yeah, because they're seeking their own gain. Let's get that word gain. Godliness is the meaning of gain. It's God from such withdraw thyself. So it's best to withdraw yourself from those situations, man, because what happens is when you get into disputings, you run in danger of being emotional and saying things that you might say the wrong things that might lead to a physical altercation. He might hit you first. Things can get heated, man. So it's best to avoid those kind of things. That's why it says, "From such withdraw thyself." So the words can you? The point of it is this, man. You gotta be careful with the words you say. They can spark things. But we go out there, we spark things up, man, and people are offended by it. So there's gonna be people that are not gonna agree with what we say because it's not given them to believe, and they're gonna try to fight and argue and go back and forth and yell and curse and get emotional. But a man of the Lord is supposed to be he's supposed to be that's what I'm trying to say, austere. He's supposed to be an austere man, like Yahweh Shai was an austere man. So we are supposed to be in control of our emotions. So and part of that is controlling their tongue. So with that, I'm going to get a few quick scriptures. Proverbs 10 and 20. This is Proverbs 10 and 20, and it says, "The tongue of the just is of choice silver. The heart of the wicked is a little worse." So what we speak is choice silver. So you gotta make sure that your words are choice silver. You get that word choice. I think that goes into being selective, man. Choice, elect, decide to choose, be chosen, selected. Yeah, con. So we have to select what we say to make sure that it has the proper shine, the proper worth, the proper value. Because silver is a high valued element. The heart of the wicked is a little worth. The mind of the wicked is a little worth. Whatever the wicked say don't mean shit, basically, because they don't got the truth. So the lips of the righteous feed many. So that's talking about the words that we speak, because we speak the words that heal, going back to Proverbs 15 and 4. That bring healing. But fools die for want of wisdom. Yeah, because they don't get it, man. So they die because their wounds, their heat, their putrefying sores never get that first aid on them of the word. Going back to Isaiah, the first chapter, man. So the words that you speak, man, is very the words that we speak, especially the prophets and the men out there, a great millstone, and those that teach it like doctrine. The words that we speak hold a lot of weight. So make sure that we're saying the correct things. And with that being said, it's a real quick lesson. Not only do I hope to edify you, brothers, but I'm also edifying myself. Instead, I want to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Kahala Yahweh Shem Shai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.